I got a bone to pick with Hammerman today. A couple weeks ago, I did 4 maxed out damage amplifiers versus defending Hammerman. Somehow he was able to beat that. So we're going to be coming at him today with, 4 maxed out shock blasters. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of them. So we spent a lot of our proto parts and diamonds to get those cooked up for today. Before we hop into it though, we do have to get our creator code Cosmic plugged in. If you guys would do the same, I would greatly appreciate it. Best way to help us out. Anyway, hopping into Hammerman here. The struggles my base faced against Hammerman a couple weeks ago was a GBE difference where Hammerman was throwing out a lot of GBE and it was destroying my buildings. So what did I do to change that? Nothing. I still got all my buildings next to each other, but that is because I'm lazy, not because I'm stupid. Well, it could be a little bit of both, but I have high confidence in my defenses today. There's no way Hammerman can get lucky twice in a row against a 4 maxed out prototype event of mine here, and it looks like he is coming at us with some favorable troops. Not toward the shock blaster necessarily, but anytime you have a warrior rush with Hammerman, you know you're in for a good time, because what are warriors gonna do? Unless Hammerman somehow came at us with smoky warriors, there's not much protecting my HQ from that. But we know Hammerman, he's not the smartest either. So he unfortunately does not have the skills and mechanics to direct a smoky warrior rush. What if Boom Beach did that one time? They just made a special event, a special defending Hammerman, and all of a sudden start hitting smoky warriors, Smoky Zuka, something like that, and it just destroyed us. There was a little bit more calculation into it instead of just random energy deployment like that, the barrages right there, which by the way, stage 6 and stage 7, that's definitely gonna hurt once it happens. But we're on the low stages still, so we can still puff our chests a little bit, talk to Hammerman, talk down to him. But defending Hammerman, you gotta give at least one event to him, because imitation game, way too easy. I'm sorry to say it, Hammerman, but defending Hammerman on the other hand, if you don't have defensive statues or the right prototypes down necessarily, he's got a good chance of beating you. But we got a couple more stages of high confidence, and then we will move on to stage 6 and 7 where we start to sweat a little bit, but not as much today because we have our 4 maxed out shock blasters that haven't gotten much action yet because his troops haven't advanced throughout the base. But let's see what the energy pattern is. He is destroying my mine line. That is tragic, because I want to see the Zukas somehow get up and run over the mines and just all get destroyed. Next fleet, we got Riflemen and Zukas, and I kind of have a bad feeling about this Hammerman. He is throwing down a lot of these plentiful troops, and we know shock blasters, they work very well against the lower number of troops. They got a decent range and good damage, but they aren't that effective against like Riflemen and Zukas. Even though they just did a great job pairing with the rocket launchers there to take out the Zukas. Congrats, shock blasters. We are going to be hyping it up today, and down goes the final tank of stage 4, meaning we move on to stage 5. Look at that. He is feeding into my shock blasters. Stage 5, he's throwing mechs and warriors down. Come on, Hammerman, you got to do something a little bit better than that. Oh man, I love you, mechs. Actually, that could be somewhat trouble if this were a different stage, because we like bumped our boom cannons back quite a bit. I need them overlapping the beach a bit more, just because it seems like in the later stages, Hammerman tends to lead with the Scorcher or mechs or something, tanky unit that we want our boom cannons able to hit. So that is something I'm going to consider. I might scout out beforehand what Hammerman's all bringing, and we'll make a judgment call on that. But it looks like we're handling the troops just fine. Somehow, the mechs are still alive, but not for much longer. One mech remains with a Cryoneer. I think the mech will get taken out. You did a great job. You almost got that mortar on your own, But now it's time to move on to stage 6 and see what he has to offer. Oh my gosh, we're going to check to see what he is bringing. So we got a Scorcher, Grenadiers, and then, oh my gosh, he's bringing quite a bit of Zookas and Riflemen. So I think I am going to bump up our defenses here. We're going to bump up the Shock Blasters, at least 3 of them there. We'll leave this one as an insurance policy. Actually, we'll bump it back even more. I'm not sure if that's doing much really, but I'm acting like I'm doing stuff here. That is the key to defeating Hammerman. You know, throw a curveball at him, even if it's inaccurate. You know, you might get close to hitting him or something, which wouldn't be a strike. You know, get him a little shaken up, and he kind of shook me up there because I didn't expect the Grenadiers to lead. That is exactly what we want, because the Grenadiers are only good in Hammerman when they're the cherry on top. You know, you're already struggling, all of a sudden these Grenadiers come in, half your base is taken out, and you're like, oh, that is the finishing blow right there. The Grenadiers, there's a bunch of Cryoneers and Riflemen in front. The Grenadiers are just going to destroy any hope. Well, they miss every single throw in existence. But here we go, a very delayed Scorcher. And my theory of Hammerman tends to lead with the tanky units, you know, that was kind of unraveled a bit today as he almost finished with the Scorcher here. And our Scorcher ability here is, our ability to take out the Scorcher, you know, it's kind of struggling a bit. But over here we have the Rifleman. Finally the Scorcher goes down, the final Zuka about to go down, and now we just have some Johnsons to worry about, and we know they don't stand much of a chance at this point, and that is very nice. Good job, Shock Blasters. We lost one of you. No, I guess we have one on like the front lines there, so I don't know if that's a great idea, but I did want it up. I think I'm gonna bump it back one. I think it would make more sense to have a machine gun there, but I think Hammerman would be more likely to shock 2 of my Shock Blasters when I bump it there. So we'll see. Risk reward, and I guess it matters what he's bringing. So we got another Scorcher, a bunch of Riflemen, a bunch of Heavies, and a good amount of Warriors, a fleet of Warriors. So this is going to be interesting. This is the moment of truth. Do we get our vengeance on Hammerman? It looks like he went ahead and shocked that first Shock Blaster. No problem, but this is kind of tough right here. What I would do to get a hot pot or a microwaver right there, that would be fantastic. But I guess our Shock Blaster, rocket launchers, all those, they will have to do it on their own. And those Heavies, we are struggling to take them out. In come the Warriors, in come the Riflemen. But the good news is, like, the Warriors kind of alleviate the pain at the moment, because we're able to take them out quicker and almost catch up on our attacks here. And there we go again. Hammerman delayed the Scorcher to the 3rd fleet. That is surprising to me. Maybe I just don't play it enough, so it just seems like it whenever I go on. But we're taking out this fleet very nicely, if that's a word. And once we take out this Scorcher, we only have 200 and some whatever Johnsons to take out. And this was an easy defending Hammerman. Should I be cautious? Is there another fleet? Was that the final one? I'm not sure. But all of our Shock Blasters still alive. Both of our Shock Launchers, all but one of our rocket launchers still alive. And we dominated defending Hammerman today. That feels so good, because 9 times out of 10 I'll get annihilated by him. I guess unless I put out 4 prototypes. But great job, Shock Blasters. Let's go ahead and switch back to our normal base. Oh, didn't do it there. But we want to make sure we don't have that. I've definitely done it before where I've gotten off without switching out of that Hammerman base, and I lose a lot of medals. But now it's time to see how these Shock Blasters do in regular defense. I'm excited to see. But thanks for making it to the end. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's Boom Beach video. Bye-bye.